Hello ladies, for those of you eagerly awaiting the arrival of your baby, or for those of you who are coming into your third trimester, you might find that this video is of particular interest to you at the moment. I want to talk to you today about labour and what you can and can't do to help get things moving along. Women throughout the ages, our grandparents, our ancestors, they've all recommended a number of ways to bring on labour. Whether you are overdue or you're trying to avoid being induced or you're just plain fed up with being pregnant, you may want to give nature a little helping hand to kick things along. I do hate to be the bearer of bad news though. The truth is, aside from medical intervention, there are actually no known foolproof ways to start labour naturally. These methods will only work if your body is ready for labour anyway and just needs a little helping hand to get things started. So let me run you through my top 5 tips to get baby earthside. Number 1, get off your butt. I know towards the end of pregnancy, you can feel exhausted and heavy and uncomfortable and unable to move around as much, and all you want to do is lay down and rest. But if you want that baby in your arms sooner, you are going to need to help it to get into position. Mild exercise, such as say a brisk walk, prenatal yoga moves, or even a bit of careful home cleaning, anything that gets you upright and moving those hips around so that the weight of your baby's head on your pelvis is helping to prime and soften the cervix. If you're working or you really just can't manage walking around at the moment, another great choice is sitting on a birthing ball. Just make sure you're trying to roll and move the hips around while you're there. Number 2 is spice things up at mealtime. So the theory is that hot spices, such as those that you find in curries, can help to stimulate your bowel and stomach muscles, which they have a flow-on effect to your uterine muscles, which can then kickstart contractions. Just don't overdo it though, because you don't want to upset your tummy too much at this point. Number 3 would be to get your sexy on. You may have heard people tell you for a long time now to have sex when you're trying to kickstart labour. But do we actually know why? Well, we do. There's actually a few reasons. Firstly, oxytocin, which is known as the love hormone, plays a vital role in having an orgasm, but also in labour and in breastfeeding. Orgasms can trigger the release of oxytocin, which is the same hormone that's needed to start and regulate your labour contractions. The point of an orgasm, which is most likely what got you pregnant in the first place, is to cause the vagina and uterine muscles to contract and therefore propel the sperm up into the fallopian tubes. And it's these same muscle contractions that can kickstart labour too. Sperm also plays a key role here too, because it contains a hormone-like substance. And what this substance does is to help relax the smooth muscles, and deposited near the cervix during intercourse, it can encourage the cervix to soften and dilate. But if you really can't face a full-on love session right now, don't worry. It's very common, especially for those of you who are overdue. But you can still stimulate that oxytocin production without having to actually have sex. Which brings me to my number 4 tip, nipples. By stimulating your nipples, you can actually trick your body into thinking that you're breastfeeding, and therefore cause your uterus to contract. The trick is though, what you need to do to mimic the same sucking action of say a breastfeeding baby is to make sure that you massage the surrounding areola area as well as the nipples itself. So you can do this on your own, or you can get your partner to do it for you. It's often a nice way to connect sexually with your partner and show some love and affection for one another through some gentle touch and perhaps kissing without having to actually have sex, which might be a little bit too much for you right now. And number 5 is obviously to drink your tea. Raspberry leaf tea is not some modern hippie product or marketing gimmick. It's actually been scientifically proven to help women prepare their uterus naturally for the benefit of labour. So how it works is just strengthen the muscles of the uterus, which can help provide more effective and efficient contractions. But as with any natural therapies, it's important to remember that consistency and time is the key to maximising the benefits of raspberry leaf. And that's why we recommend drinking our raspberry leaf tea blend capacity every day from 27 weeks. So the start of your trimester 3. It's an extremely simple and effective way that you can help your body to prepare naturally for labour. And our naturopaths recommend taking 1 cup a day from 27 weeks and then gradually increasing to 3 to 4 cups a week by about week 35. Another great bonus of our raspberry leaf tea blend is that we've added in some nettle, which helps with another uncomfortable third trimester side effect, which is swelling and fluid retention, so cankles or fat fingers. Plus, the extra benefit of nettle is that it helps to reduce post-birth bleeding and ward off infection. So women all over the world throughout the last few hundred years have actually sworn by the use of red raspberry leaf tea to help with labour, and for good reason. So just be sure to get an organic and a high quality red raspberry leaf tea. The benefits are really only going to be as good as the quality. So there you go, mamas. There's my 5 top tips on getting bub moving along. But just remember, in the end, all that really matters is that your baby and you arrive on the other side of childbirth safely. Sometimes our birth plans do not go to plan. I know with mine they didn't, but that's okay. Just try to be open-minded and flexible and patient, and trust that your body knows what it's doing. I hope that helps, mums. Have a great day.